Hello my amazing YT family, welcome back to my channel. I trust we're all doing great. Today on the menu we'll be cooking together Afia Efere Ebot. It's actually a white soup in Igbo called Afia Efere Ebot. Some months back I had shared the first version where chicken was used. In Akwa Ibom state we have two main ways to which we prepare our white soup, either with chicken or with goat meat. So today I'll be sharing the second version prepared with goat meat. I'll try to link the video in the description box to the first one where I made with chicken, so you can go watch it if you're interested. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Do not forget to click the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell to all so you get notified whenever I upload a video and you come watch it. To my returning subscribers, I love you all. Thank you for your amazing support. Now let's get right into the video. So in a clean pot I have already washed and cleaned goat meat. I have shaki, I have bomo in there. I am adding to it now chopped onions, salt, a cube of seasoning, ginger garlic blended already, and I'm going to be adding washed stockfish. I'm cooking it together so the stockfish can be soft and one can actually eat it. We're covering now and allowing the meat to cook in its own juice for about 5 minutes while I introduce the other ingredients to us. So here is our catfish, smoked catfish, which I'm going to wash and debone. I also have crayfish as well. I like to use a lot of crayfish, dry pepper, and also uyaya. This uyaya, you have to be very careful. If you're pregnant, I advise you not to use it, please, because it is known to cause contractions. Anyways, I'm just using half of this for this pot of soup that we are making. That's why this is used for pepper soup for women who just give birth. A lot of it is used in the pepper soup given to them because it helps to expel, cause contraction that expels blood from the system. Please be careful if you're pregnant. Next is our yam. I already cut half of this yam, peeled, and I have it soaked in water, ready to be cooked. It's going to be used to thicken the soup. Next I have ufanodusa, that's uziza leaf. It was brought to me fresh. I washed, sliced and freezed it because I wasn't ready to use it at that point. But now we have it from the freezer out, and I have my periwinkle as well removed from the shell. So that's about that for the ingredients. It's actually a very quick soup. We're back to our pot now. The meat has been steaming in its own juice. I love this goat meat. Like, I can really perceive the aroma of, you know, when you have female goats. Is it the female goat or the male goat that smells? Please let me know in the comment section. But my kitchen smells of goat meat. Like, So I added water to it now to help it cook properly. I'm going to add now the peeled yam into the pot. You can choose to also cook this yam separately, but it doesn't make much sense to me because the yam is still coming back into the same pot. So why give myself the stress of cooking on that pot where I have to wash again, you know? So I have it here into the same pot where we have the meat. Add more water to it, allow it cook, and then we'll take it out at some point. So we'll just cover and let it cook for now. So after like 10 minutes I came back to the pot to check the yam if it's soft enough for us to process. That's me checking, and since the fork would go through, that shows that the yam is soft. So I'm just going to take out every single thing from the pot. At this point, if you have a mortar and a pestle, you just pound it. But I do not have that, so I'm going to be using my blender. I'll add a bit of water and I'm going to blend it and set it aside. So we are back again to the pot to check if the meat is soft, and then the meat is actually soft because it is cooking for like almost 20 minutes now. Yeah, more than 20 minutes. So the goat meat is actually very soft. Now we are going to continue the cooking process by adding some other ingredients. The yaya goes in, After I cut the yam into two, I washed it properly to take out all dirt, so I don't put dirt into the pot, and then I just drop it into the pot of soup. Next, we are adding more water to the level to which we want the soup to be. I'm adding now the dry pepper. Please add pepper according to your palate, how much you can tolerate. You can also use fresh pepper if that's what you prefer. Now crayfish goes in. After adding water, you can actually leave it to come to a boil before you add this other ingredient, or you can do the same way as I am doing. It doesn't really make much of a difference. Salt to taste, and then I'm adding now the catfish, which I already washed and deboned. Remove. You may choose not to break yours into small pieces after deboning, but make sure all the bones are out. So I just cover and allow it cook, then we'll come back to it. So we are back to the pot now. It's really boiling. This food is not done yet, but the aroma in my kitchen there, oh goodness me, heavenly. So now I'm just testing to see if I need to adjust any seasoning. So the test was right. Now it's time for us to scoop in the pureed yam. I used just 1 cube of seasoning for this soup. I try to reduce the number of seasoning I use. Sometimes I even cook without it. If you have your crayfish, your smoked fish, your stockfish in it, it gives you the natural sweet flavor that is required for the soup. So what you need to do with the yam puree now after blending is just to scoop it in bits into the pot, and then we're going to cover and allow it cook until all of it is properly dissolved, and then you see that the texture or consistency of the soup would change. It will no longer be watery but thick. And you know, since this is called white soup, we don't need palm oil in it. The light oil you see on the surface is from the goat's meat. So now we're just going to cover and allow it cook. We are back to it now to check if the yam puree is properly dissolved. You can see that the look of the soup has changed as well. So you can see the consistency. We are almost there. Just like other soups where we use thickener, the more you cook, the more thicker it becomes even after the first day of cooking. So you have to be very careful as well. You can see the consistency is getting better. I've gotten to the point to which I do not want to cook it further because I have the right consistency. So I just added in now the periwinkle. So now I'm adding my odusa leaf or oziza leaves. I returned it to the freezer after I introduced it, so I just brought it out now, and my gas is already turned off. The heat in the pot would dissolve the ice from the leaves. Our soup is almost ready. Yummy, inviting, guys. So this soup goes with any swallow of your choice, but the first choice is always with pounded yam. So fam, you can see the consistency. You do not want to cook it too thick. Remember, you still warm it. Even if you are going to freeze some parts of it, you still have to warm it, and then it will become too thick that it will require more water. But this is just the right consistency. If you've watched to this point, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up. And here we go. Here is our Afia Efere Ebot. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in my next video. Bye bye.